There's people with blue shirts on here, all look alike today. There's Jim, Todd, Sean, or Jordan. Sean's out there talking away, and Ann's out talking to the customer as well. But we travel together a lot because we're a family, and the reason we come here every year, we've been to every Camaro Fest, is because you're part of our family too. And I've talked to several of you already today about how we do listen. Those of you that have 5th gens, we listen to you at all the first 2 or 3 Camaro Fests. And so when you see things come into the 6th gen, like the ambient lighting, certain technologies like that, you know, bringing the magnetic ride down to the SS level, those are all things that come from feedback from all of you. So the reason we're here is to not just hear what you like about the car, but hear what you'd like to see improved. We bring our service folks as well to try to talk about things that may not be going well for your car. We try to take care of all of you. If we could hand you perfect cars, we would do that personally. Obviously, things go wrong, we want to be here for you, but we like to learn, and I hope the 6th gen has shown you that we have listened to you, and we try to give you everything we want. We took the weight out, we improved the horsepower, we improved the performance on every one, model by model, and improved the technology. And one of the good things that I see, that I was really hoping to see, is that for the first time there's, I would say, maybe not quite 50-50, but let's say 50-50, 5th gen and 6th gens here. The 5th gen people, you're phenomenal. You've been part of this since Valdosta. And I've seen a lot of cars where some of us signed them back in 2010, and you're still here, which is awesome. But I was hoping to see more 2 years ago, more 6th gens, and this year I'm really happy to see the turnout. And on the drag strip, the autocross, the NCM track, it's great. If you are new to the Camaro family, the 6th gen, pay attention to the 5th gen people, because they get it, they got it, you know. And great to see everybody here. So as Todd said, we've been really busy. It's been unbelievable when you think about all we've launched this last year. But from one of the things that we did listen to, I'll probably tell you a list of names of people specifically, but we did the V6 1LE. There are a lot of people in the 5th gen that like to track their V6s, and we're buying a lot of aftermarket parts because we didn't offer anything. And so we knew from day one we were going to do a V6 1LE, and we knew that would be for the weekend track person, maybe the beginner, maybe the person that just loves V6 for whatever reason. We knew there was a market for it out there, so we're really happy to bring that out last fall. And then of course the SS 1LE. And you saw some of the numbers at the magazines running this thing as fast on some tracks as the 5th gen Z28. So that car, I think, in my opinion, is the funnest car that we have in the whole 6th gen lineup, the SS 1LE. It's just a well-balanced car with the ELSD and the MR ride control and the Z1 tires. And it's just a really fun car. I don't know, anybody here have an SS 1LE 6th gen? Yes. Do you agree? All right. It's really I don't want to say a sleeper, but it's really a fun car. And like the 5th gen, we came up with that car on the way to doing the ZL1. So the ZL1 and the 6th gen, we came up with the term triple threat because we wanted to really make sure that the car was the best of the strip, the street, and the track. And obviously you've seen, especially introducing the new 10-speed, which I've gone on record as saying I think that 10-speed automatic transmission, and this is coming from a die-hard manual guy, is going to be as big an impact to the auto industry as the small block was in 1955. I'm that convinced. Any 10-speed owners out here? I know there's a few of you. Anybody agree? So I don't know if it converted you from a manual to an auto person, but it sure did me. It's a great vehicle. But when you're running, we ran 11.4, 127 mile an hour quarter miles right off the showroom floor. And the thing ran a 729 at the Nürburgring, which is phenomenal. we took so much time off of the 5th Gen Z28. Didn't surprise ourselves. We kind of expected that number, but the fact that we achieved it was a huge accomplishment for our team. And we know that really sat well with the YouTube world, where that video got all kinds of hits. I think it was a couple million, 1.5 million. Behind the scenes, though, we were already challenging ourselves with, well, what do you do next? And I know everybody wants a Z28, so I'll just once again tell you what I told you 2 years ago. I think I told you last year in Lansing. The Z28 is a special, probably the most special, iconic name in the Camaro 51 years of history. And so our team is very passionate about that name, and so there should be a car that exists that deserves that name. So if you understand the Z28 history, it wasn't a 650 horsepower supercharged engine in 1967. In fact, it had no badging on it. So we're not going to destroy the name like that just because everybody said, where's the Z28? If the Z28 comes back, it'll be because we've got the right engine, which is naturally aspirated, and fits with the right car, the right price level, right content, has the right performance. So everybody that has a Z28 out here from any of the previous generations will see the DNA link to that car. So I know that's going to be the first question asked when I put the mic down. So that's just a philosophy. We don't want to spoil that, water it down. Having said that, we had this opportunity with our leadership to ask if we could do the ultimate track car. And ultimate meaning the ultimate that Chevrolet had ever done. And if you understand what that means, we got our brothers down the hall that got that title, right? So we wanted to see what we could explore. And so our leadership said, don't ever stop pushing the performance on this car, because we never know, given emissions, fuel economy, and other regulations, when we're going to be done doing this. This is truly the glory days of performance for all manufacturers. And so rather than just chase horsepower, we're not doing that. We already had enough horsepower at 650, but what can we do to make the ultimate track car? And so we came up with the ZL1 1LE. The 1LE goes back to the 3rd gen in 1989 when we did the Gen 3 1LEs to help with the Salem Players Challenge, SCCA, IMSA. Tried to help those race drivers back then start beating Mustangs with brake kits, suspension packages, and fuel tanks that didn't leave you stranded on the track. And it was a successful RPO called the 1LE, and I think we did a great job in the 5th gen of bringing that back, of a deserving vehicle content, deserve that 1LE name. What that means, what that name means, is taking the car it starts from and making it the ultimate track package for it. And so when we had this 650 horsepower LT4 engine, we said, well, let's make the ultimate track version of this. So we took the MR off of it, and we went to our friends up at Multimatic in Ontario that did our Z28 dampers in the 5th gen, and we asked them, we got to the next level. We want to be able to, again, in listening to what you told us, I actually thought the 5th gen Z28 was the finest car we ever did, and we were going to hand it to you, and you'd say, man, we couldn't do anything to this car if we tried. And we said, we adjusted this, we had infinite opportunities to tune this thing, and then we locked it in, and here you go. And I still heard from you, yeah, but we like to play with it ourselves. So as good as that what we thought, you still told us we like to tune the car ourselves at the track. It's not for everybody. So we said, what can we do to take this level higher? And we said, well, how about if we listen to what you told us, and we'll give you the Multimatic dampers, but we're going to make them adjustable. And so, depending on what type of track driver you are, what kind of track you're on, we give you the adjustability. So we decided to have adjustable camber plates. And if you've seen the car or read about it, with a 13 mil box end wrench and a jack, you can adjust the camber to a minus 3.7 degrees camber. It even says track setting. Very easy to do. If you're good, you can do it without pulling the wheel off. But it's meant that when you're at the track, you can make that adjustment at the track and then put it back to regular road setting for the way home. And then we said, well, how about ride height? Well, by design, we lowered the ride height 16 mils in the front, 19 in the back, partially by going to 19-inch wheels and tires. That helped with mass by 6 kilograms, but it also helped with lower inertial mass in the rolling tire. But we also wanted to give you adjustability, so we give you the adjustable spring seats for 10 mils up, 10 mils down adjustment depending on the track conditions. You can do it side to side if you want. So now we've given you complete adjustability on the front end of the car. The back end of the car has the standard about 2 degrees of negative camber you can dial in that all Camaros have. But we also gave you the adjustable rear stab bar, and by there's 3 adjustment locations, so the adjustments go in 10% increments of rear roll sensitivity. And so if you got whether your track is more understeer forgiving or oversteer forgiving, you can adjust the stab bar for those types of track conditions. And so now we've given you complete personalization, if you will, to take our car and go to your local track or go to NCM or wherever and make the adjustments you need to get the ultimate lap time out of your car. And you add to that, you know, these brand new Goodyear Cup tires. And if you had a 5th gen ZL1, those had Goodyear supercar tires. I challenged Goodyear, or I should say we challenged Goodyear to get into the supercar tire business and let's go after Michelin head to head. Goodyear was up for it, and they come up with this wonderful 305, 325, 19 tire for us, the 3R. It's their first attempt at a street cup tire, and I got to tell you, we were doing some evaluations at the Nürburgring, and we were looking at the data, and I know we advertised a 1.1 G lateral capable, but dynamically we had instantaneous lateral capability of this car at 2.2 Gs in both directions at 40 miles an hour lateral speed. And if you understand what that means, it's unheard of in a production car. So this tire has ultimate grip on it, and it deserves to be on a car like the ZL11 LE, deserves to have that Goodyear name on it. And it's just been a phenomenal relationship with them, so very proud of that tire. So you combine all that, and in my opinion, we've now given you the most extreme track Camaro we've ever done. And I'm telling you as I stand here today, because I know there's a lot of people out here selling parts, there's nobody in the world that's going to be able to change a part on that car and make it better. That's my name saying that, because we've literally had thousands of hours on the best tracks in the world, all over the world, with some of the best drivers in the world. And they're like, you've got a masterpiece here. It's a special car. Give it a chance. Prove me wrong. And if you can, I'd be impressed, but I don't think you can. We were just out in British Columbia at a private track called Area 27. We did our media event out there. Had some of the top drivers in the world hired by the magazines, and they weren't turning lap times much faster than our guys, which tells us that we got the right focus, but we also had the right drivers there. We had Joseph Newgarden and Elio Castroneves in our car. They said this thing's perfect. Both guys want to buy one and track it when they're not working. But they said, you guys have had, this is the finest car we've ever been in, and this is car, not Camaro. So you saw the Nürburgring video. We shaved over 13 seconds off the ZL1 itself. The 716 was something short of spectacular to be part of that. Just maybe a little known fact here, we actually had a unofficial lap of 3 seconds faster than that. The way the Nürburgring works is it's a gentleman's track where there's no videotaping, and if you're going to do a hot lap or a fast lap, they clear the track for you at the end of the day, or you have to rent the track and get it by yourself. And so if you come out of the pit, you're not allowed to use cameras, and you're not allowed to do hot laps. Well, if you happen to see the McLaren P1 6 minutes and 43-second lap, they were there when we were there, and they had the track set up for Kenny Brack's fast lap. And we noticed that there was about 3 minutes when nobody went out because they were trying to clear the track for him. And so Bill Wise, who's our ride handling lead engineer that drove that lap, I said, you know, Bill, there's nobody on the track right now. And I said, all you need is about 30 seconds head start from that McLaren. We could do another fast lap. And so there may exist data that says we're 3 seconds faster than that 716, although we can never talk about it, publish other than what I'm telling you here, just some Camaro stories. And when we did our theoretical analysis of how fast that car could be at the Nürburgring, it was about a 7:13. So our driver literally ran the theoretical best lap over there that we have to kind of just take to our grave and tell at the bar sometime over a beer that, you know, we really ran this, but we completely stand behind the 716 because that's in land unheard of by a production car, let alone a Camaro. And I truly think it's the finest car we've ever done as a Camaro, and one of the finest cars General Motors ever done from a performance standpoint. So, you know, as we've all said, we're never done. We got all kinds of other vehicles, the red lines, concepts, Auto X. So when you see cars here and you talk to the team, tell us what you like and then tell us what you don't like, because you just never know when the car you see at a Camaro Fest may show up in production. Because you told us the Krypton, that was a SEMA car. We said we were taking survey data to see if that would be a hot car color, and when we already knew we were doing it, you just kind of confirmed that we were making the right decision. So when you see a color like this, or you see a car like this, or in any of the cars that may be a concept car, pay attention, tell somebody in blue what you think, because it may end up in production. We do listen to you, and these are important visits for us to come to Camaro Fest, and there's Superfest, and there's all kinds of Camaro shows all over the country. We try to hit many of them, but this is the one where we like to gather the most data because we support it with strong showing here. So spend some time talking with us. That's kind of a wrap of what I want to talk about here. I'm not sure if we're doing Q&A. We surely can, since you're here.
Yeah, do so.
I know there's some of the drag racing starting at 1.
Yeah, we'll get drowned out. Yeah, we'll take a couple questions.
Yeah, so I guess at this point, like I said, you're part of our extended family, and we're very thankful that you welcome us to be part of yours, gracing us with asking us to sign your cars or take a picture when we buy your car. Nothing warms our hearts more than seeing the car that we worked so hard on get purchased by you, and then you personalize it, and then you're proud enough to bring us over and show us your car, what you've done. Like I said, you never know when something that you've done on your car will show up in production, because we're taking notes. So I'd like that to continue. So at this point, appreciate you coming over, and we got some time for questions and answers, if you'd like, of any of us. So who's got a question?
Are you guys ever going to offer the ZL1 seats for sale separately?
The Recaro seats, they come in the SS1LE, they come in the ZL1 1LE, and you can get them as a performance car.
Well, I know you can get the 1LE seats right now, but it's going to be the ZL1.